Uh, Anthony, won't you get us started, please?
Hey Chen, hope you're doing well. I guess just to start, what did you guys noticed about Ole Miss? Just what do you like about them, and just kind of how hard are they to scout so far?
Um, Pretty much similar to a lot of the teams in this league. This league is unforgiving. It's got like an NBA feel to it. Every game is going to be a high level game. There's no days off. There's no easy challenges. There's no easy wins. You're going to have to earn everything you get in this league. And Ole Miss is one of those teams that are really tough. Uh, they recruit to their system. Another game of which we're going to have to um, be more physical than them. We're going to have to obviously uh, do a better job on the offensive glass. And they're systemic in terms of their motion, and everybody is a weapon. They can go one on one from 1 through 5, and so they have a balanced attack in terms of their offense because of their style of play. So it's going to be a challenge for us, but for me and for us as a staff and our team, no matter whether you win or lose, it's always about the response. So I'm excited about our response. I was excited about our response in our first possession of practice. I'm as equally as excited for our first day, the first possession of practice today, and so on and so forth. So. Um, just a challenge, another challenge, and we got to be more prepared for this one than we were last time out.
And you mentioned the physicality and the rebounding there. Just what kind of went wrong in that regard against Tennessee, and how have you guys kind of tried to address that in practice lately?
We emphasize it, um, but I think that now we understand, and so the things that we emphasize, I think we're able to now have their attention in terms of, uh, you know, we got enough stops. They still shot under 40%, and um, we just didn't obviously capitalize on when we made them miss, securing the rebound. And so we are doing this a better job, if not emphasizing it even more, which we did extremely, how well of an offensive rebounding team Tennessee was. And I think that now our antennas are up and we're prepared for this challenge.
And then last one for me for now, but I know John L was kind of coming off his wrist injury before the Tennessee game, but then he shoots 0 4 against Tennessee. Just how do you guys try to get him going? And is there, anything that, maybe you're trying to do differently with him as you, I guess, try to get him going?
Yeah, we're gonna coach is gonna try to do some things to get him going, but obviously, being out for 2, 3 weeks and that's a tough game to come back and rehab against, right? When it's a very high level game. He wasn't prepared. I don't think anyone in that situation would just come out and be lights out and shoot lights out and play lights out after having so much time off and coming back into that game. And so we're trying to work him back into what we're doing, and we're going to try to do as much as we can to get him some easy looks. Not that all of his attempts are threes. We think that Jonell is a scorer that can score on all three levels. So we're trying to help him, but he's putting in the work to help himself. So it'll happen. He'll play better. He'll come through. We have all the confidence in the world in him.
Jackson.
Hey Chin, another offensive rebounding question for you, but the you guys are blocking a lot of shots this season. You blocked 10 against Tennessee, but is that something that maybe at times has taken away from your defensive rebounding, where the big guys are a little maybe too aggressive on those blocks and leaving some guys unboxed out down there?
No, we want to protect the rim, and we want to be one of those teams that do a good job at protecting the rim. But there's a two-part to that, and it's called, whether you in basketball terminology, crack up or crack down. And so um, bigs help guards, and guards help bigs. So if we have a big that rotates over to block a shot, that means that one of our perimeter guys have to either crack up or crack down to help them. And come up with that offensive rebound. If it is blocked, if it is tipped, if we even make it a tough two and they miss it, and our big deterred that shot or had something to do with that attempt, then we have to crack up, crack down, and come up with that rebound. And so that is a point of emphasis of ours, and our guards got to rebound down or rebound up, and that's what crack up or crack down mean. So, but we don't want to not block shots. I don't think we say that, no, let's not block shots and let's not protect the basket. No, let's do our job as a whole, right? Let's finish the series. Whether we rotate over and block a shot or challenge a shot, then we must crack up, crack down to complete the series.
I gotcha. You know, it seemed like there early, just some missed opportunities, especially against Tennessee. You know, Billy missed a bunny, maybe a couple, and it just seemed like a couple things didn't go your way. When you went back and watched the film, did some of that like stick out? Like maybe we weren't as far off as the final score indicates, or you know, what have you maybe noticed most from going
We
back?
don't think we're that far off. We don't think we're that far off. We don't feel like that was us in terms of our output that we gave. That wasn't us, and so that wasn't even a mediocre version of us. And we're gonna emphasize that we have to be us in terms of our competitiveness, our spirit, our fight, all of that stuff every single night out in this league. That wasn't us. And so, yeah, Billy missed a layup, a lob dunk that he normally makes. He's a high athletic kid, and so he normally makes that again. That was an experience that we want to, you have to have amnesia, right, in this league. And so some of those things we want to forget, and some of them we want to learn from. So you either win or you learn. And we want to learn from some of the experiences in that game, and some of that stuff we want to forget, and we want to chalk it up as that's not our team, that's not who we are. And so again, excited about showing who we are the next time we get an opportunity to play, which is Wednesday against Ole Miss.
Last one from me. I know Merle, Murray, and Padilla. There's that three guard. I mean, what about that group makes them difficult, and how do they work well with each other?
Very dynamic. They run a system of which there is no absolute. There's not a pattern that you can say they're going to absolutely do this or they're going to absolutely do that. A lot of teams have that kind of system where you know what it is that they're going to do. These guys run motion and it's all random and it's all different. And so while they're moving and cutting and screening, because you're going to have to guard every kind of screen there is in the game of basketball. There's going to be pin downs. There's going to be flex screens. There's going to be rip screens. There's going to be flare screens. There're going to be staggers and doubles. And while all of that stuff is going on, these guys do a great job of getting you to occupy against all of the screening actions. And then that gives them an opportunity to go one-on-one. And all three of them can break off at any time and go one-on-one. But they're not the only ones, right? The four men that they play, they can also go one-on-one. When they put Blakefield at the five or at the four, he can also go one-on-one. So everybody is a weapon in their offense, and they do a good job of finding those opportunities to go one-on-one. Those guys are probably at the top of the scouting report for that. And so we got to do a good job of understanding the main thing is that the ball scores. While they're doing all this screening, all this moving and cutting and all of that, we got to be cognizant of where the ball is and that the ball scores. And so that we won't leave anybody on an island by himself and this becomes a one-on-one game.
Connor.
Hey, Coach, appreciate you talking to us. Going back to what you said, you said you liked what you saw from the first possession in practice. I know Cal said that he had individual meetings with guys earlier this week. Just what have you seen from this team and some of the players in terms of their mindset after that loss? And are you confident that they can kind of, make it to where this loss doesn't turn into 2 or 3 down the road?
Absolutely not. We never want to let one game beat us twice. We've won 7 out of our last 8 games, so we're not gonna just act like that stuff didn't happen and we aren't who we are, right? We're a good basketball team. We had a bad night, bad day at the office, and so we want to take what we can from that so that doesn't happen again, so that we can be better the next time out. again, it's about the response. Whether you win or lose, it's always about the response. And we have fighters in our locker room, and I'm excited again for practice today. We had a hell of a day of practice yesterday, and if yesterday is anything like today, then we'll be prepared to fight on Wednesday.
And then one of the guys who actually played pretty well, I thought, was DJ Wagner. You know, when everyone else was struggling, he kind of stepped up, especially early to get y'all going. Just what have you seen from him, and how big is his experience and talent level going into SEC play?
Yeah, so we're used to he's used to and we are used to playing in those kind of games. From where we come from, every game is someone else's Super Bowl, so there was always like a t-shirt night or white out or orange out or blue out or green out. Like we're used to playing in those atmospheres and where there's guys camping out outside and students camping out outside to get in the arena. And what we would do, we would normally when we land, we would take our team by what we call a tent city. We used to see the kids outside and pizza and they're sleeping overnight in tents to get in the game. So DJ has some experience in that. We want DJ to be aggressive. But his aggressiveness again has to impact winning, and that's with him. That's with the dude. That's with all of our guys. It's got to impact winning. So he had a good individual game, and we want him to continue to have his feet on the gas, continue to be aggressive, continue to show that those atmospheres don't phase him, and everybody else will feed off of that energy. But at the end of the day, it's got to result in winning, and so we need him to have another one of those games. But at the end of it, we need to win.